Hey, I'm still coming to terms with being HIV positive. I think a lot of people expect stories like mine to end up with this perfect moment of acceptance. But honestly, that's not what this feels like. Not at all. This is not something I can just accept and move on from. This is a journey, a long, winding, sometimes really lonely process. And it's not going to happen overnight. People always tell me, hey, it's not a death sentence anymore. You just have to take a single pill every single day, right? Well, that's true. The treatment is incredible. I'll probably live a long life. But here's the thing, my life is not the same. The way I see myself is different. The way people look at me is different too. And the stakes, the emotional weight, it's heavier than you might think. Something I want to be honest about is the shame and stigma that comes with having HIV. I thought I knew what that meant until it hit me, until it became my reality. Even in spaces where I know I'm supported, the fear of prejudice is overwhelming. My last video, it blew up. Thousands of views, hundreds of comments. Most were supportive, but somehow, it's always the negative stuff that sticks. All I could see were the people judging me. It's like our brains are wired to latch on to the criticism, the negativity. Why do we do that to ourselves? It's not just the stigma from outside either. There's this internal stigma I'm still fighting. To be real, I had a lot of prejudices, learned out of fear, learned out of ignorance. Growing up, I never knew anyone who was gay or who had HIV. I was raised in a really conservative, deeply religious community. Church was my entire world. And as much as I tried to be open minded, I still had that fear. Even after coming out, there was the stigma in my head about myself, about people like me. So now that I'm coming to terms with the fact that I'm going to be living with HIV, it's like I'm fighting a war, like an internal war. I'm carrying the prejudices I grew up with, the ones I never wanted to admit I had. Now, they're about me. It's like I'm being prejudiced against myself, and it hurts. And then there's also the shame. I can't even put into words how heavy that can be. Sometimes it feels like waves, just hitting over and over again. And the religious trauma comes back up too. Back in 2012, I went through conversion therapy, a Christian drug and alcohol rehab facility that tried to make me straight. 87 days I was in that facility. I wrote a whole memoir about it, and the shame never really went away. Now, with this diagnosis, all of those old wounds have opened up again. There's this little voice in the back of my head asking, did I not try hard enough? Is this my punishment? Did God give up on me? I know that it doesn't matter logically. I know that it's not true. But emotionally, those questions eat away at me. Sometimes I feel like I'm grieving. But here's what I'm learning, I don't have to have it all figured out right now. Coming to terms with this isn't a finish line I'm going to just cross. There will be days where I feel okay. There will be days where I feel like I don't feel okay. But I want to show up honestly, even when it's hard. If you're dealing with shame or stigma, whatever the reason, I want you to know that you're not alone. It might feel like you are, but I want you to know that you're not. And if you come from a faith tradition that taught you to hate parts of yourself, please know that that's not your burden to carry. I'm living proof that you can wrestle with faith and shame and stigma, and you can still keep going. You can still find hope. You can still find healing slowly, imperfectly, and know that you are imperfect, just like me. But I'm still here, and this is my journey. It's messy and it's real, and I'm not giving up. And I'm going to ask you to not give up either. I want to thank you for listening.